welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Today we are going to be talking about ketogenic diet, everything you need to know about ketogenic diet, the A to Z of ketogenic diet, Nigerian ketogenic diet. That's what we are going to be talking about today. So first and foremost, what is ketogenic diet? Ketogenic diet is a way of eating that involves high fat, moderate protein, and low carbs. Ketogenic diet has been in existence since like 1920s. It was used as an adjunct treatment for people who had epilepsy, and they noticed that there was improvement in this set of people. But in the past 10 years, ketogenic diet has been one of the diet measures used for losing weight and excess fat. And trust me, when done the right way, it is very, very effective. There are two major types of keto diet. We have the standard keto diet and then the high protein keto diet. The standard keto diet simply means that you are eating 75% of fat, 20% of protein, and then 5% of carbohydrate. Whereas the high protein keto diet means that you are eating 60% of fat, 35% of protein, and then 5% of carbohydrates. So those are the two major types of keto diet. Standard keto, where you're eating 75% fat, 20% protein, and then 5% carbohydrate. We have the high protein, where you're eating 60 to 65 amount of fat, then you're eating 30 to 35% of protein, and then 5% of carbohydrate. In both keto diet, the amount of carbohydrate you're eating is 5%, 5%. Approximately 50 grams of carbohydrate per day, less than 50 grams of carbohydrate per day. And when we say 50 grams of carbohydrate, think about 1 cup of cooked white rice. There are just about 50 grams of carbohydrate in 1 cup of cooked white rice. Think about a slice of wheat bread or a slice of bread. You're probably eating close to, 40 to 50 grams of carbohydrate in that one slice. That is how small 5% of carbohydrate or 50 grams of carbohydrate is. But that is what ketogenic diet is all about. High fat, moderate protein, low amount of carbohydrate. The other two types of ketogenic diet are the cyclical and the targeted keto diet. The cyclical keto diet means that you are doing standard keto for 5 days. So you are doing the standard keto where you are eating 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbohydrate for 5 days, and then you are eating a little bit more of carbohydrate on the remaining 2 days. That is cyclical ketogenic diet. For the targeted keto diet, you can eat as much as 10 to 15% of carbohydrate on the days you are exercising, because you are burning more calories, you are burning extra fat, you are burning more energy. So you are allowed to eat about 10 to 15% of carbohydrate on days you are exercising, and days you are not exercising, you do the standard keto. That is what targeted and cyclical ketogenic diet is all about. How does the ketogenic diet work? Now, carbohydrates are the major sources of energy in the body. Everything we need to do in our body requires energy. Breathing requires energy. Going to the loo requires energy. Thinking requires energy. Our heart beating requires energy. All these things require energy, and most of the time they utilize glucose for energy. So when we reduce the amount of carbohydrate we are eating, we get to use the stored glucose in the body. And then when we exhaust that stored glucose, in fact, before we even exhaust the stored glucose, there's something called gluconeogenesis. Our body also produces glucose on its own. But because we are not eating enough carbohydrate, as time goes on, our body depletes the stores, and then we need more source of energy. To meet that energy demand of the body utilizes an alternate system, an alternate metabolic system, and that is where ketogenesis comes in. So the body starts using ketone bodies. So after exhausting the stored glucose, and then the glucose that is being produced in the body is not sufficient enough to meet our daily energy needs, then the body starts using alternate source of energies like ketone bodies. That is basically how ketogenic diet works. So you cannot start keto today and get into ketosis today. That's why it's important to be very patient on the ketogenic diet. So it will take you a few days, depending on the individual, 3 days to a week maximum for you to get into ketosis, and then your body will start utilizing ketone bodies for energy. When this happens, your body starts utilizing stored fats for energy. That is basically how the ketogenic diet works in simple terms. So what are the benefits of keto diet? Keto diet is amazing. It has numerous health benefits, and it's good for people that have epilepsy, that have diabetes, polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, people with Parkinson's, acne, cancer. Keto diet is amazing for this set of people. Trust me, it works, and it works like magic. But just like every other diet, you need to do it the right way to get the desired results. The very first thing to know in keto diet is that you ask yourself, how do I even know if I'm eating the adequate amount of fat? How do I know if I'm in ketosis? Because you need to answer those important questions. Now, to know the amount of fat that is in your food, and to know whether you're doing 75% amount of fat or high protein diet, most Nigerians do high protein keto diet. That's the simple truth. Most of us in Nigeria, what we do is high protein keto diet. A lot of us cannot do standard keto diet because most of the things we really need are not readily available. So most of us do high protein keto diet. But how do you even know if you are doing the right thing? How do you know the amount of fat in your meals? How do you know the amount of carbohydrate in your meals, so that you can know that you're not eating too much carbohydrate thinking you're eating 5%, and then you're eating enough fat, you're not eating too little fat thinking you're eating enough fat? Then you need the help of some apps. Two important ones that you can use. One, MYFITNESSPAL. MYFITNESSPAL is very good. I've done a review on MYFITNESSPAL. I have a video. I will link it in the comment section below. Another very good app that you can use is Carb Manager. Carb Manager helps you to know the amount of carbs in your meal, so you can know if this particular food is high fat or high carb. So Carb Manager is very good. So MYFITNESSPAL or Carb Manager are two apps that you can use to know if you are on track. And if you are confused, you can check online. Most importantly, if you want to check online, use the USDA website to know the amount of calories and the macronutrient in whatever it is you are eating. The next one is, how do I know if I'm in ketosis? How do you know if you are in ketosis? You need to get a ketosis strip, a urinalysis strip, and you can get on Amazon or JUMIA. So if you want to be sure, you want to know whether you're in ketosis, you can get the strip from Amazon or JUMIA. I'll put the link in the description box below. These are not affiliate links, trust me. I just want you to be able to get this thing. I mean, whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. So if you want to do keto, be sure you are doing it the right way. So what are the foods you want to avoid on a ketogenic diet? Number one, you want to avoid refined sugar. That's the very first thing you want to avoid on a ketogenic diet. Refined sugars or food made with refined sugars. So whether it is sugar itself, it is fruit juice, it is wine, it is fruit-based yogurt, or pastries, donuts, meat pie, chicken pie, whatever it is that contain processed sugar has to go. Then the next thing is root tubers. Tubers like yam, potato has to go. Foods like plantain has to go. Those kind of foods are not keto compliant. Grains, your rice, your bulgur, your couscous, your oats, your wheat, they are not keto compliant. Those ones also have to go. Even fat. When it comes to fat, you need to be very careful because not all types of fat is acceptable. The acceptable fat on keto diet are the medium chain triglyceride, which palm oil is an example, and coconut oil is also an example of an MCT, or you do polyunsaturated fat like avocado and olives. So those are the kind of oils that are acceptable on keto diet. You don't want to be eating bad fat that contain trans fat, which is not good for you and can predispose you to cancer and other disease just because you are doing keto diet. Anything that is low fat, you want to stay away from those kind of things. They are not keto compliant. You can eat your butter. I have a blog post that contains the list of all the things that are not keto compliant, so I'll just link it in the description box below. Still talking about foods you can eat. You cannot eat most fruits that are keto compliant are just like berries, a little bit of watermelon, very little cucumber, because those ones, and in fact some people even categorize cucumber as vegetables. So you cannot eat most fruits, just berries and nuts really. You can eat most green leafy vegetables because they are very good, they are healthy, they are low in carbs. So you can eat leafy vegetables, a lot of leafy vegetables on keto diet. So I'm now on the list of the things you can eat on keto diet. So you can eat your leafy vegetables, you can eat your polyunsaturated fat like olives, avocado, like I've mentioned earlier on. You can eat nut and seed, but in moderate quantity, because those nut and seed too, they contain carbohydrates. So you want to be mindful of the amount you are eating. So you can still take some nut and seed, but you cannot take too much, just very minimal quantity. You can take your egg, your chicken, protein is acceptable, but again in moderate amount. Remember that you are doing 20% of protein, or you are doing 35% if you are doing the high protein keto diet. You can eat eggs, butter, cream and cheese. You can eat fruit like avocado, berries, coconut. You can still do coconut, even though coconut also has relatively high amount of carbohydrates, so you want to be careful. But those are the fruits that you can eat. You can use artificial sweeteners like xylitol and stevia. You can take beverages like green tea, black coffee. Those are the things that, in fact, coffee and butter is a staple in keto diet. They call it bulletproof coffee. So coffee is very good. You can do all of that on a keto diet. Other things that you can do include coconut milk, almond milk, coconut flour, almond flour. You can do psyllium husk, especially for most of the swallows like garden egg swallows and all those swallows, cabbage swallow. You need the psyllium husk to make it into a soup staple or a swallow. So those are the other things that you can eat on a ketogenic diet. Again, I have a comprehensive list in the blog post, and I will link it in the description box below. So what are the side effects of keto? Keto diet is something that a lot of us are not used to, and then we tend to experience one or two side effects when we start ketogenic diet, especially if we don't transition from a low carb diet to the ketogenic diet. So it's very important to note that we can experience some side effects on a keto diet. The common one is the keto flu, where you're experiencing reduced amount of carbohydrate that you're eating. You tend to have low energy, low fatigue, low productivity, headache. Those are the symptoms of keto flu. Usually it starts around day 2 to 3, and then it wanes off by the end of 7 days. So it's something that if you are doing keto, you need to talk it out because it's something that will pass by. But there are ways to minimize the side effect. So you can do bone broth. Mostly you want to make sure that your electrolyte intake is very, very key. And the easiest way to do that in Nigeria is to do bone broth. So you're going to go and buy biscuit bone, and then you're going to make it into a bone broth, and then you sip on that regularly, like 3 to 4 times in a day, so that you can be sure that your electrolytes are in place. If you don't want to do that, you need to get potassium, magnesium, and you can get on JUMIA or get on Amazon. 1000 milligram of potassium and 300 milligram of magnesium. You can get it, or you can get it from your bone broth. You don't need to spend so much to do that. Another thing you can do is to transition. You first of all start with a low carb diet, and then from low carb diet you can move to keto diet, so that you will not experience too much of the carb flu or the keto flu. Again, you can have electrolyte imbalance, and then you start having some symptoms like twitching. You can have constipation. So on a keto diet, because you're eating a lot of fiber, high fiber diet, you need to drink a lot of water. On keto diet, you should drink a minimum of 3 liters of water in a day. So you need to drink a lot of water on the ketogenic diet. Another thing is that you can have liver damage, you can have kidney damage, so you need to be very careful. Keto diet is not for everybody. So if you have liver problems, you have kidney problems, don't even go near the ketogenic diet. Sometimes it's better to even ask your doctors if you should start the ketogenic diet. Don't just jump on any wave of diet. It's important to know yourself. Know yourself. Ask yourself if this is totally necessary. Keto diet is good, but it's just one of the ways by which you can lose weight. It's not the only way. There are other ways. You can also combine keto diet with intermittent fasting. So when you combine keto diet with intermittent fasting, in fact, you get tremendous results. So how to fast track your weight loss using the ketogenic diet is definitely by combining it with intermittent fasting. So I hope you've learned all that you need to know about the keto diet. I have a blog post in the description box. You can go through it, and then you have a list of the food that are compliant and the food that are not compliant. You also get to download the PDF version of that particular list of food. So just check the description box and then click the link to access the full blog post and the full ketogenic diet list that you should eat on a keto diet. I hope you've learned one or two things. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe, because next video is about 10 mistakes people make on a ketogenic diet. 10 reasons why people don't lose weight on ketogenic diet. You're doing ketogenic diet, you're wondering why it's not working for you. You're probably making one of the 10 mistakes I'll be talking about next week. Until next week, stay fit and healthy. Bye for now.